Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Please, like the video and share your thoughts. In the comments, your feedback helps. Make the content better. The instant I opened the door, something fell off. The living room smelled sharply of her perfume, too potent, almost suffocating. And there it was, the neat stack of papers on a polished oak table, as if daring me to dismantle everything we had built together. Divorce papers. My mind froze. My hands shook before I even touched them. I wanted to laugh, to scream, to demand an explanation, but all I managed was a strangled, "Why?" Sarah, my wife of 12 years, stood by the window. Her back was rigid. Fingers wrapped around a coffee mug she didn't appear to drink. "You've been distant," she said casually, like we were talking about the weather. "I thought this might wake you up." "Wake me up?" I stared at the papers. "Sarah, these are divorce papers." What kind of—" My voice cracked. She cut me off with a bitter little laugh. "Don't make me the villain. You're so buried in work. In your world, you barely notice me. I need more than that." I sank onto the couch, burying my face in my hands. The sting of betrayal hit me before I even fully understood it. "So this is a threat?" I managed. "No," she said, voice softer now. "It's a reality check. Sign them, and maybe you'll see what you're about to lose." I looked at her, at the papers, at the empty space between us. Then I signed, almost automatically. My hand moved like it had a life of its own, dipping the pen, scrawling my name. A part of me wanted to see regret on her face, but her expression remained unreadable, distant, almost relieved. And then a smile, half triumphant, half sorrowful. That smile hit me harder than any words ever could. I didn't know the full weight of it until later that night, when I came home to her laptop open on the dining table. The thread of messages made my chest tighten. Her name, Ethan. My stomach dropped. My hands went clammy. They weren't just friends or co-workers. He was more. She had been seeing him for months, maybe years, hiding it in plain sight, while I thought we were navigating life together. The messages were casual, familiar, intimate. Inside jokes, plans, quiet confessions, and then a line that broke me completely. "I can't wait to make her mine completely." I couldn't breathe. My knees weakened. All those evenings, weekends, moments I thought were ours, they were illusions she had let me live in. The next morning, I confronted her. My voice was controlled low, but every word carried pain. "Sarah, who is Ethan?" Her eyes no longer hid anything. "I told you I need more. I need someone who sees me, who wants me. Is that him?" My voice trembled. "Yes," she said simply. No shame, only stark honesty that burned me from the inside out. It wasn't just the affair, it was the lie. The years of small deceptions that had built a life I thought was ours. I wanted to scream, to break something, to destroy everything. But I was silent, numb. Over the next days, our home became a battlefield of whispered arguments, tense silences, and questions left unanswered. Her explanations fell hollow, rehearsed, like a play perfected over months. I began noticing the little signs I'd ignored. Late nights at work, the locked phone, the faint scent of another man's cologne. Every instance I had dismissed as imagination now screamed truth. One evening I needed to see him. I needed to confront the man who had taken what I thought was untouchable. I found him in a cafe, laughing with her as if the world belonged to them. My chest ached in ways I hadn't known possible. I walked past silently. She saw me. Our eyes met for a fleeting moment. No fear, no guilt, only the recognition that we were no longer the people who had built a life together. I left before she could approach. Driving home, I felt like a ghost watching my own life crumble. The divorce papers were no longer a threat. They were inevitable. Then a thought surfaced, a dangerous, irrational hope. Had she expected me to sign? Had she assumed I would fight, beg, plead? Had she orchestrated it all to test me? The next day, once she left, I went through the house. I gathered photographs of our early years, laughing at the beach, birthdays, quiet mornings, coffee together. I didn't destroy them. I boxed them up and carried them to the garage, part letting go, part remembrance. When she returned, I waited in the kitchen, She looked at me, hopeful, perhaps proud. I handed her the fully signed divorce papers. Done, I said. Her face shifted. Disbelief, anger, confusion. You signed just like that? Yes, I said. But understand this. Signing doesn't mean giving up on myself. It doesn't mean forgiving you. It means I'm reclaiming my life. She had expected tears, arguments, pleas, not calm acceptance, not resolve. In the following weeks, she moved out. Ethan came by once or twice, smiling like he had won. I felt nothing, no jealousy, no desperation, only a hollow clarity that I had survived something devastating. I took long walks, reconnected with old friends, focused on work, health, and my own recovery. Every day, I reminded myself, betrayal doesn't define you. Pain, sharp and consuming, eventually becomes a teacher. Months later, sitting alone in a small cafe, rain streaking the windows, my phone buzzed. A message from Sarah. I miss us. Can we talk? I stared at it. The ache resurfaced, tempered now by understanding. I had loved her, but love alone wasn't enough. Not when trust is broken. Not when the foundation of your life collapses quietly beneath your feet. I typed back simply, we're done. Take care of yourself. For the first time in a long while, I smiled, not because the pain had vanished, but because I had survived it, because I had discovered that even when someone betrays you, life goes on, and so does your strength. The divorce papers were gone, signed and filed, but the lesson remained. Love is fragile, betrayal brutal, and resilience is yours to claim.